So today, I have with me for an interview, voice actress Endymion. Hello, dear.
Hello, it's actually pronounced Endymion.
Oh. Oh! I've never actually heard anyone pronounce your full name before, so I just kind of winged it.
It's okay. I've actually gotten that before, and a friend of mine was like, "Are you a Digimon?" Because they didn't add the I at the ending bit, so it's Endymon. I'm like, man, Digimon. Nah, it's Endymion, but it's okay. Not a lot of people pronounce it right on the first time, and I don't mind. Just
Endymion.
clarifying that.
Endymion. Endymion.
Yep,
Okay.
but
Got
you
it.
can call me Endy. It's all good.
Of course, Endy. Now, I guess, well, first question, how did you come up with that name?
Um, well, I'm very big into Greek mythology. I'm also Greek, so, like, that's part of it, but I'm really big into Greek mythology, and when I was kind of coming up with my not safe for work persona-esque character, I was really thinking, like, I kind of wanna do it based on something of Greek myths, but I don't really know what, and kind of the idea of the myth of Selene and Endymion kind of popped in my head, and I was like, "Okay, that's kind of a nice story." I mean, for Greek myth standards. Uh, 'Cause in that myth, Selene's the moon goddess, and Endymion is a human shepherd who is apparently super hot, and Selene's like, "Wow, I wanna get with that guy." So she goes to Zeus, and she's like, "Hey, I want him to be mine forever and be eternally hot," and Zeus was like, "Yeah, I can do that." And then he put a Zeus put Endymion to sleep forever, and Selene married him, I guess, and they had a bunch of children. And
While
I'm
he
like,
was
"Yeah.
asleep?
Yeah." But again,
Oh!
you're talking about Greek myths where Zeus literally became a golden shower to impregnate a woman, so, of myths, it's not the worst one.
I'm deeply uncomfortable right now!
She sure did. That's, like, her only myth too. It Oh, yeah, that was, like, her only, like, major myth until she got, um, combined with Artemis. But, yeah.
What did they did like an anime fusion?
No, it's just, myths, we tend to think of Hellenistic Greece, or even Mycenaean Greece, as, like, a kind of full unit when it was a lot of city-states going around, and just during, like, passage of time, the popularity of different gods went up and down. So Selene and Helios used to be the moon and sun god and goddess respectively, and then it was kind of taken over by, Artemis and Apollo, just because they became more popular, and it was just ascribed to them later, and
Oh,
so that was
okay.
it more just became them. Yeah. But that's how I got the name Endymion, because my persona is a sleepy sheep.
Okay. Oh, and hats off to you, Endy. You have taught me more Greek history than I ever learned in my actual high school history class.
Many of my friends will tell you I can go too long about this topic. Oh, dear.
Lewd Greek history audio when?
Oh, how would I mean, Greek history, like, Greek myths especially, is already kind of lewd, like, there's a lot of weird kinky stuff that goes on.
Oh man, there's a whole market to exploit.
Dang. The one person that wants that, it's you, you'd be my audience. Hey, it's a market, it counts!
Oh my goodness. So, tell me, Endy, I'm very curious. How did you first get into not safe for work voice acting and just voice acting in general?
So, um, I'll start with getting into voice acting, because then it leads into the not safe for work voice acting. Because I feel like you don't just, like, jump in starting with the adult stuff, you kind of, like, did some safe for work and then did not safe for work. But I have been doing, like, voice acting and voiceover for close to 10 years now. I do a lot of radio, and that's my, like, job during the day. And so I did a lot of voiceover for many years. I did a lot of safe for work things for many years. And I've always been interested in Not Safe for Work recording, um, just because, it seemed like a lot of fun. Uh, like, who doesn't like doing, like, lewd audio from time to time, Like, everybody does it. I mean, probably not everyone, but it's a good time. And so I feel it was just kind of that natural progression of as I got older and, like, I could do more adult things, I was like, "Yeah, I wanna do Not Safe for Work voice acting." And so, let me see, November, August, September, December, 8-ish months ago, I decided to take the plunge and do Not Safe for Work voice acting.
Well, congratulations. Congratulations on your immense success since joining.
Oh, thank you. It's I'm still humbled and shocked every day that so many people want to listen to me meme and moan into a microphone.
Well, it's a very, very welcoming, very supportive community, as I'm sure you're well aware. What have your experiences with the community been mostly? Anyone you want to give specific shout-outs to who's really helped you get into this?
Um, so I feel the Not Safe for Work community is super, super welcoming in general. Like, I have had more positive experiences with members of this community than I have negative. Because, being a female doing adult content, you get some weird people, interesting people wanting to chat with you or show you their dick for some reason.
Oh, we can just call them what they are, freaks and losers. It's okay, Endy.
I don't wanna call anyone a loser or anything. I
If
just
someone sends you an unsolicited dick pic, pretty loser behavior.
I know it's really, like, not great behavior. But in comparison, I feel the Not Safe for Work community is a very positive one in general. When I started out, I was kind of going at it alone. Um, then, as time went by, I met Leah Greystone, who really started chatting with me. Cum Bomb, Melty Slush, Dream Shepherd, Suge, just like a lot of really awesome people that I really could consider my friends. And I've even had the pleasure to meet up with a fellow NSFW voice actress a few weeks ago, and that was a lot of fun. So, I'm just very happy with the overall community. There's the ups and downs, as any type of community with anything would be. But I think that if you're looking for a place that's very welcoming, the Not Safe for Work community is definitely that.
I can attest to that. I can attest to that 100%. Oh my goodness. And you've become such a rising superstar. You're also a part of the AVA Discord server, which was my gateway into the Not Safe for Work community. So how did you get into AVA? It's such a prominent server in the community, in the industry.
Um, I saw it going around and I was like, maybe that because I was before I joined AVA, as I said, I was very like not really talking to people because out despite like what my persona kind of like exudes, I'm very shy when talking to others and it's very hard for me to start conversations. Even though I really want to, I'm just very anxious. So it's hard for me to be the one to kind of step forward, if that makes sense. So, when I saw that they were taking, like, applications to join in, I was like, "Yeah, okay, I'll give it a go," because I wanted to be more in the community and see what more there was to it, and that's where I met, again, Leah Greystone and so many people that I was able to meet. So, that's just kinda how it happened.
Oh, well, so happy to have you as a part of the community, Endy. So happy to have you here. So I'm very, very curious. So, in the time that you've been doing Not Safe for Work voice acting, what would you say are some of the main differences in terms of, like, how you deliver your performance, the types of voices you do? Can you name some major differences you've noticed between Safe for Work and Not Safe for Work voice acting?
To be honest with you, there isn't much of a difference outside of the blaringly obvious one is sexual and one isn't.
Fair, yes, of course.
Yeah, because you know you're still doing like the same kind of like commissions of different voices, character voices, original voices, games, commissions, all that kind of stuff. Just again, the biggest difference being one's more sexual nature and one is just not. So there really isn't a huge difference between blah, 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 between the two, I feel, but that may not be everyone's, experience with it, but that's just has been mine.
Totally fair. Totally fair. I'm very curious. Do you have any favorite voices, personas that you really like to voice act for? Really bring to life?
Hmm. I wouldn't say I have a particular favorite or favorites because what really sells a favorite, quote unquote, for me is the director, where if they're very passionate and kind, I get very passionate about their project. So it's less about me having a favorite voice versus me enjoying the process of working with others and being able to feel that passion and then translating that into whatever they need.
Aw, that's so wholesome and sweet. Oh my goodness. Oh, oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful, Endy. Oh my goodness. But I am still curious. Like, how many different voices, voice styles, accents can you pull off?
So I would label my range is decently wide. I can get pretty high up there and then like a medium low kind of voice. I can't get like super, super low just because I have a very youthful sounding voice. It sounds weird if I try to push it very low. Um, so I can do that, super cutesy, high pitched voice. But I can even go higher than this, but it starts getting a little childish sounding and I don't wanna do that. And then something kinda down here where it's like a more vibrato type chest voice. As far as accents and things go, I can do, Greek, Romanian, which means I can also do Russian, British, a few different ones. A lot of accents kind of flow into each other, so if you're able to do, like, say, a Greek accent, you're probably also going to be able to do a Portuguese accent because they are very similar sounding to the ear. And if you can do a Portuguese accent, you're typically kind of able to push into a Spanish one just because, again, they're very similar to the ear. So it just kind of depends on what people will ask me to do. And if I can get the vocal cadences right for it, I'll give it my best shot. But if I feel like I can't, I'll be just straight up be like, hey, can't do this one. Sorry, you'll have to find someone else.
Fair. Totally
Mhm.
fair. I'm curious, are there any projects that you've starred in that you'd really like to give a shout out to, that you're really proud of your performances in those?
Um, so there's H-Topia, which is a cute kind of visual novel, being developed by H-Topia. They're on Twitter. Uh, that one is I play the main character in that, and she is super cute. She's super into cooking, so definitely give them that a follow. We're still recording those lines, but it's very much gearing up to be a fun and sexy time. Then there's Anthromore, which is another dating sim. I voice a tiger girl named Brittany. Uh, and she is like a very dominant kind of gal, so she's a lot of fun. Um, and then final one is Dream Shepherd's Animation, the newest one that'll be coming out between Hiroshi's Marshmallow and Honey. I'm voicing Marshmallow, and I'm very excited because Marshmallow is a girl that says bruh, and I'm very excited. Just because I work so closely with Dream Shepherd now that she added poggers into the script, and I was like, "Oh no, I've corrupted her." But I'm gonna say poggers, so I don't care what other people think. It's funny. I say it unironically, and I'm proud of that. Sue me.
Oh, this is brilliant. Oh, this is brilliant. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm curious, Endy. So, as someone who's been doing not safe for work voice acting for almost a year now, what would you recommend to newbies first getting into this side of the industry?
I would say I would actually tell the same advice someone from safe for work as not safe for work. I would tell them that equipment is important, yes. So, like, having a nice microphone, having a nice interface, all that bells and whistles, very important. Totally not dissing that. But what is the most important that a lot of people kind of fail to capture when they're first starting out is that treating your recording space is way more important than your microphone or equipment in general. A properly treated space will make you sound incredible no matter what kind of mic you use, whether it be USB or XLR. Obviously, XLR is going to give you a better sound, but doing all that you can to keep your space as noise free as possible is always going to be a benefit to you. So, if you're new and you're not really sure, like, if you really want to start doing this, I suggest getting some acoustic foam, building yourself one of those like tiny booths around your microphone. Get a USB microphone, get a AT2020, get a Blue Yeti, get a whatever. But have that good place for you to record because that is going to be a world of difference between like it's a night and day difference, trust me.
Good advice. Very, very good advice. I'm curious, Endy. So, are there any projects, any types of projects, any particular voice actresses or actors that you'd really like to work on a project with? Like, what are some of your dream jobs right now in terms of voice acting?
As far as dream jobs go, oh goodness. Um I would just love to be able to connect with more animators and artists and game devs in general. Again, I'm very shy. It's hard for me to kind of reach out to them because I don't want to be a bother. And then you start kind of thinking in your head, oh, like, what if I am bothering them? I don't want to bother them. I should just like keep it to myself, even though you really want to work with that person. So, a dream job for me, again, would be able to find an artist, animator, game dev, writer, etc., just creative, that is nice and that I can work well with because I'm a very casual person when chatting with others. I like being able to have a more casual feel than a more professional feel. So there isn't a particular dream job as it is. I would just like to be able to like work with more people. 'Cause I really love voicing stuff. I know that's a very, like, pageant queen answer. I'm sorry about that, but I'm just like
No, not at all. You are being you are, and you are giving the answer that you want to give. It's perfect. It's fine. Oh my goodness. So I'm curious, just one last professional question before we move on to more personal questions to get to know you a bit better.
"What's up?"
When it comes to your avatar,
Mhm.
the sheep. Wait, did you say was it sheep or goat girl?
She's a sheep girl, yeah.
Sheep girl, sheep girl. Okay, I'm curious. So we know that's based on the Greek myth. Is there
Yep.
anything else that inspired the creation of this character? Because she seems to be very popular with your audience.
Oh, I'm glad she is. Um, a lot of her characteristics, I would say personality-wise, is just kind of based off of me. Like, her original, design as you see it in my banner and anything, she had a, like, smaller chest, but, like, bigger hips and ass just 'cause I do, and that's also just my aesthetic. But, as she gets drawn and stuff, they, like, put her more as an hourglass, and I don't mind. Each artist does different things, and I'm honestly super blown away anyone wants to draw her ever. I was like, "Oh boy, oh boy." But outside of that, I wanted her to seem very comfy and very comforting. I wanted her to have a very soft aesthetic, which is why I chose like a pastel instead of harsher colors. Why she looks like she's always kind of ready to fall asleep or go to bed, just because I wanted that kind of aura from her. I guess people like it, and I'm very happy they do, because I would have been very sad if they didn't.
Aww. Well, it was obviously a very, very wise decision to make Endy your avatar. All right, so if you don't mind, Endy, I'd like to ask you some more personal questions, get to know you as a person a bit better, if you're okay with that.
That's A-okay, let's go!
All right. What are some of your favorite hobbies? What do you do outside of voice acting? Sports, video games, watch movies, paint, draw, create? What do you like to do in your free time? What are some of your favorite hobbies?
So, outside of voice acting, I really like gardening. I have one in my backyard, and I live in the woods, like a woodsy kind of area, so we have a pretty sizable backyard. So, I like gardening, I like sewing, basically a lot of those, like, I would say handcrafts, like beading, sewing, crocheting, knitting, all that kind of thing I really enjoy doing. Playing video games with friends or just generally spending time with friends, I really, really enjoy. Um, and, just kind of those kind of are generally what I do on a day-to-day basis if I'm not recording, because most of my time is recording, whether it be for my job or for my Twitter account or this and that.
That's so wholesome. That's so wholesome and sweet. I'm super curious now. What kind of garden is it? Vegetable garden, fruit garden, just flowers in general?
I have 2. Um, so we have, like, flowers, and then we have vegetables. Fruit is a little tricky in my area because there's always a lot of bugs everywhere, but we just we just don't, because the amount of flooding that happens in my area, we just can't grow fruit very well. So we do flowers and mostly vegetables.
Totally fair. Totally fair.
Mhm.
And when it comes to like video games and movies, what are some of your favorite stories? Some of your favorite fictional titles?
So my favorite movie is a movie called Stardust, and it is a super cute movie. I have not read the book, so I'm sorry for people that read the book that are like, the Stardust movie doesn't encapsulate the book. I love the movie. I think it is such a sweet movie. It's small spoiler, but this has been out for a very long time, so I feel like saying a spoiler is kind of eh. But in general, main guy is in love with this girl and she's very materialistic, and they see a shooting star and the star lands, and so the materialistic girl that the main character's in love with is like, if you can bring me back that shooting star, I'll marry you, instead of this other dude that is like also very pompous. So main character's like, yeah, I'll do that, I'll prove to you that I love you. And so he goes, and there's this giant wall separating his small town from a mysterious other land. There's a wall guard that's like, "There's a magic land over there, you're not allowed to go over there," and no one believes him when he says it because it's like, "What? No, it's just forest over there, what are you talking about? It's a wall." And so main character, gets over the wall by some use of magic. He finds the star, and it turns out the star is a girl, and the girl is, like, very upset that she fell out of the sky because she was hit with a giant ruby, and she's like, "What the heck is this? What happened?" Because the B plot of this movie is that there is a kingdom, the king is dying, and he sends, like, a ruby necklace away, and if one of the sons can get the necklace, they become king, and it's a lot of, like, murder shenanigans going on over on B plot. A plot, main character and star are traveling together, and they kind of, like, open up to each other why main character is doing this, and star's like, "Yo, that girl ain't good for you. What are you talking about?" And, they get really close, and he ends up falling in love with her, and it's super sweet, and all the while, there's, like, a witch trying to steal the star and take her heart. It's, like, a lot of different things you think that wouldn't go together that is I just adore it. There's, like, lightning pirates, it's awesome. I don't wanna go into it more because 'cause that'll take up more time, but watch Stardust, it's very good.
I'm sensing a market here. We can make money off this. So Endy explains movies when?
And he explains movies, but very poorly and very, like, chaotically.
No, not at all, not at
It's
all.
just, like, me remembering stuff as I say it, be like, "This happens, but also that happened, and then that." No, I would not be a
Oh,
good
that is great. People will love that.
And then, for video games, I really like, open world RPG, JRPG style ones and party games. So, right now, as everyone else is doing, I'm playing Fall Guys, which is like little dough people, and it's kind of like a battle royale, and it's very aggravating and a lot of fun. So, I really enjoying Fall Guys right now, but I also enjoy Animal Crossing, been playing Paper Mario, Origami King. My favorite series overall for video games is the Tales of series, and so I'm playing that mobile game right now, having a great time. It's an awesome mobile game, Tales of Crestoria, download it, not sponsored. Please sponsor me though, Tales of, I beg you. Please, please, please.
Hopefully the
Um,
Tales devs or producers are listening in.
I would cry. That's a big one that if I could work with them, I definitely would be like, "Yes, this is awesome." But yeah, so I'm very open when it comes to video game choices in general. I would say I don't enjoy first person shooters as much just because it gives me a headache, like, trying to do it, but I like Skyrim, so I'm kind of it's growing on me, the first person shooter genre.
We'll get you there. We'll get you there. Just need you to play Doom, and then and then it'll all be set.
Oh boy.
I'm just out of the blue question here, Endy. How do you feel about horror?
Like, in general?
Yeah, horror in general. Are you easily scared? Do you like dark and scary stuff?
I do very much like the genre in general. I'm not easily scared, as my friends would say. Like, we go to this, like, Halloween event every year, and I'm always the one just staring at people being like, "Neat." But so I'm not easily scared, but I do have to say, like, suspense kinda things do kinda freak me out. So if there's, like, a sudden noise, I tend to be like, "Oh," it does startle me, but it doesn't scare me. And I think it's because I can't get away from the fact that I'm like, I can't suspend bleh, my disbelief enough for horror to make it seem real to me. But I'm just like, "Yeah, okay, cool. Huh, neat." And then that's just how I watch horror. I enjoy it. I enjoy horror games. I enjoy suspense games. I enjoy horror movies. But it's definitely not my first pick just because I think it's a little boring, a lot, especially a lot of the newer horror movies where they're kind of just all the same. And I'm just like, I don't really care for it. But, to each their own. If you like horror, awesome. I don't mind it. It's okay. It's okay. I'm very neutral.
Okay, I have a new mission in life. Try and scare Endy. Got it. Okay.
Yo, no, don't do that. Good luck. I live in the trees. I'm a tree person.
Trees can be scary.
Trees can be scary, especially when they fall. They go
Yes.
very loud and ruin a lot of things.
Yes, I know this. I know this from experience. Yes. Jeez.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. So what about sports? Do you play any sports, Endy?
Um, no, I don't play any sports. I do like running cross country, that kind of thing, because there's a lot of trails near where I live and different things, just because again, live in the woods, a lot of paths for the woods and things. So I enjoy running there. When it's nice out. It hasn't been nice out recently though, so that's kind of a bummer. But I do like running and hiking and doing all that kind of stuff. But I wouldn't say I'm like in a sport.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Mhm.
What are some of your favorite foods? What do you love to eat?
Oh no, that's such a hard question because I like eating so many things.
Oh, this is it. We got her.
Oh no. Okay, okay. I really like rice pudding a lot. Rice pudding is super delicious. It's easy to eat and it tastes subtly sweet, not overly sweet. I can eat that quite a bit. I really like egg of the lemon soup, which is a Greek dish. Um, Greeks like lemon, just like in general for people not in the know. Greeks like lemons. We have lemon in a lot of things, so I really like lemon. Um, and that soup is like a rice, chicken, lemon soup. It tastes super good. I can eat that a lot. Then matcha boba tea is a big favorite drink of mine.
I'm
I
sorry,
can
what now?
matcha boba tea?
Are you trying to enchant me with a ritual of some sort? Can you say that again? What?
Here, I'll say matcha boba tea. Have you never had like those teas with the little tapioca balls at the bottom?
What the fuck is a tapioca ball?
My dude, you're gonna have to you're gonna have to look that up after this because it is awesome.
I will take your word for it.
Yeah, I can drink that all day. And I have before. I'm not ashamed to say it. I have a problem.
Honesty is the best policy.
Mhm.
Oh, is there anything else, dear?
I think I'm gonna stick with that because if I continue, it's gonna be just like me being like, I really like this food and this food and this food, and I'm not gonna I'm not gonna keep going on it. So there's like not really my top 3, but 3 foods I very much enjoy.
Well, I'm just curious. I'm just gonna shoot some random things at you. Pizza? I'm assuming that's a yes?
Yes, obviously.
Ice cream.
Uh,
Oh.
Not here and there on it. I have a reason why, okay? Just let me explain.
You're not on trial!
I don't know. I feel like I am.
No, you're not! I swear! I promise!
I know. But a lot of people are like, "What? You don't like instantly love ice cream?" And I'm like, "I didn't say I disliked it. I just said I'm like if there were other options besides ice cream, I would definitely prefer that over taking ice cream." And it's cuz as a kid, um I had a tooth that didn't grow like the back of it. So it obviously got infected and stuff. So I couldn't eat ice cream as a kid because it hurt. So I just never developed a taste for ice cream. And then when it got fixed and I ate it later, I was like, this is fine. Again, definitely not my favorite thing, but it's definitely delicious and I'm having a good time. But if I were to be given like brownies or rice pudding or something like that, I would definitely prefer eating that over ice cream.
Okay, that's totally fair.
Mhm.
Absolutely understandable. Okay, last one, last food.
Okay.
Apple pie?
Yeah, I like apple pie.
Hmm.
I make it every year.
Oh, is there any particular pie that you absolutely adore?
Not that I adore. I like pie, but it's like the like where again, if there was another choice, I would prefer. I would prefer it. Yeehaw. Um, I would prefer it, but pie in general, like who doesn't like a pumpkin pie during fall? Apple pie is always really good. Um, I like lemon pies. Not really a big fan of key lime pies because I don't like the lime taste, which is weird because it tastes similar to lemon, but it's like an
Yeah,
inferior lemon.
I was about to say. I was like, oh, she likes lemon but not lime? Oh.
It's because lime is trying too hard to be lemon.
It's a pretender to the throne.
Yeah, sorry, lime, get out of here. Lemon's the superior of the two.
Okay, is there any particular dessert that you'd say your favorite? Is it the rice pudding that's your favorite dessert, or is there anything else? And you mentioned brownies earlier.
Yeah, I like brownies a lot. I would say actually, yeah, rice pudding is probably my favorite dessert. Yeah.
Good choice. Good choice. Okay, last personal question before we move on
Okay.
to silly bullshit questions.
Oh boy. Okay, what's up?
Your favorite animals.
I'll do 3 that I enjoy. Dogs, obviously. Dogs are cute. They wanna be your friend. I like them a lot. I really like Chihuahuas, especially because they are small and not that smart, but very nice, and they are babies, and I'm like, "Woohoo!"
Wait, how do you know they're not that smart? Are you speaking from personal experience?
My older sister has a Chihuahua, and she's not smart. Um, okay, they are kinda smart, but I just like saying they're not. Like, they're great dogs. They're absolutely fabulous. And a really close friend of mine has 3 of them, and I love them all. They're all babies, and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, 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 this is good." 'Cause they're small, and they just wanna be around you, and they have little stiletto feet that hurt when they step on you.
Oh, jeez.
It's a lot of pressure on that one point, that's why they do that, but I really like dogs. Uh, Sheep, obviously. My persona is a sheep. If I didn't like sheep, why would I make it? Uh And then, hmm, what's my I wanna pick a good one for my 3. Really like fish, you know?
Hmm.
I like how they just kind of vibe. Like, yeah, that's good. Live your best life, little fish dudes.
Any particular fish? Because there's a lot of fish in the ocean.
Nope, just fish.
Just all fish. Just
All
all
fish.
fish.
All fish are just chilling and don't wanna be, like, bothered, and I'm like, "Yeah, okay, that's cool."
I'm not so sure if sharks are chillin'. I'm sure some sharks are chillin', but there's other sharks. I'm not so sure. Sharks are fish. Wait, sharks are fish. Yeah, sharks are fish.
Are sharks fish?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they're not mammals. They're fish, right? Dolphins are mammals. It's sharks that are still fish.
I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't know much about sharks.
So you don't consider sharks fish?
I don't know if they, like, fully are or fully aren't. I feel like they are. I don't know. I know that seems, like, very ignorant of me, but I'm like, "Eh, sharks have never been, like, a point of study."
Look, I am ignorant central here, so it's okay.
Nah. I don't know sharks, but I feel like, again, sharks just do what they do, and they eat seals and do other stuff, so, I mean, they're just living their lives.
True,
It's
very true. But rip seals, rest in peace, seals.
I mean, seals eat other fish.
Oh yeah, it's a vicious cycle.
It's a vicious cycle.
Wait, did you say vicious cycle?
Yes.
Oh. Surprise pun out of nowhere. that was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Thank you. I pride myself in my terrible dad joke.
Oh my goodness. Oh boy. All right, dear. Okay. It is time for silly bullshit questions. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
How would you survive a sheep apocalypse? The sheep are rising up. They're trying to wipe out humanity. Well, how would you survive a sheep apocalypse?
You know? I don't think they'd be able to succeed. Sheep are so domesticated nowadays and they require shearing that they wouldn't be able to start an apocalypse in general just because they wouldn't be able to survive without humans.
Okay, you've really fought this through, so I need to let me let me try this again. Okay, how would you survive a giant insect apocalypse?
Yo, bro, I'd die. That's how I'd survive it. I'd just dead.
How do we go from the completely okay? First it's like, oh wait, if I look at this reasonably and logically, this would actually happen, and then it's just like, I bite the dust. Don't care.
There's a lot more bugs in the world than humans. Bugs would definitely overpower humans, instantly.
So you have no faith in sheep, but you're like, yeah, insects could totally do it.
Yeah, because, there's not as many sheep as there are humans, but there's way more bugs than there are humans.
Damn, you're using math against me. I didn't see this coming.
I'm sorry, man. It's all a numbers game.
Speaking of which, so this is a very difficult question. This may be the most difficult question I ask on each and every interview. So, Endy, tits or ass?
Either or. I'm a big fan of both.
Oh, you can't choose?
No. Just because, again, I very much appreciate both.
Okay. Well, in that case, may I ask what it is you appreciate about both?
They're both very soft. Ass is cool because, you can smack it and it jiggles. And boobs are cool because they also jiggle. I just like jiggly things, I guess.
That is totally fair. That is totally fair. Oh my goodness. So, Endy, what would the perfect practical joke be that you'd like to pull on a friend? What would be your perfect practical joke on a friend?
I think I've already pulled it, and it only will work once, but I did it.
Oh shit!
It's not, like, super funny, like, to a lot of people, but it's funny to me and, like, my friend given how we are. So I just wanna make that clear. We have this at my house, I have this, it's salt, but it looks like they're the rock salts. They're not like the really finely granulated salt, you know? So from a glance, they kind of look like sugar candy. If you're like just kind of looking at them, they look like tiny sugar candies. So I took one out and gave it to my friend, being like, "Here, have a sugar candy." And they put it in their mouth and they instantly spit it out. I'm like, "You asshole." I'm like, "Ah!" Doing like small, I think the best practical jokes are the ones that are like small and funny and don't cause damage to anyone. Cause I'm like, yep, it's simple. You get a chuckle out of it and you move on with your thing. I don't like those big ones that can really freak people out. I think a joke needs to be funny all the way through.
Agreed.
So I think small ones like that are just amuse me the most.
That's just amusing in general. I don't know why the disclaimer was needed. That's hilarious. I'm curious if your friend ever got you back.
No, because they're they tried, but they can't because my dad always pulled practical jokes on me and my siblings. Because that's just his sense of humor. So I got it from him, and so it's hard to pull one on me. But when it happens, I'm always super excited because I'm like, woohoo! But my friend is just really bad at like keeping a straight face. So like they smile and start laughing too early. And I'm like, ah. They're like, ah.
Oh, they sound like a very, very good friend.
Yeah, they're one of my oldest friends.
Oh, so wholesome. Oh, focus. So, Endy, what two VAs, or 2 or 3 VAs, would you love to work with in a lewd project together with, and what would that lewd project be?
I've been lucky enough to work with a lot of VAs already, to be honest. So I've kind of already worked with a lot of the people that I really, really wanted to work with. Obviously, I'm always super excited to work with new people. But in terms of, I'm gonna say Cum Bomb, Cottontail, and Melty Slush because they're my homegirls.
Oh,
So, but like, because I already mentioned Dreams Shepherd, and another one is Mimu and stuff. Like, I have too many, and I'm sorry that I can't name you all, and I love you all very much. But I'm gonna be like those 3 because then we can do a funny harem dub where all the girls start fighting over the pro tag but end up falling in love with each other and leaving the pro tag and just start like their own polygamous relationship together.
holy shit. I was trying to think, oh, she's going to do something funny and like, haha. That's super fucking wholesome. What the hell? That's so sweet. Oh my goodness. Someone commission that. Make that happen. Oh my god, that's so goddamn sweet. Oh, how are you making these answers so wholesome and sweet? What the hell? My heart. Oh my god.
I'm sorry. Should I have done it, like, more lewd forward? That's, like, my
No,
idea.
no, that's a brilliant idea. That's a brilliant idea. Oh my god, you are melting hearts. You're gonna melt hearts with this interview.
Here, I'll make you laugh at that. And I mean, I have a 30-foot schlong, so, like, that definitely helps.
Oh my god. Well, we're learning all sorts of interesting things about you today, aren't we, Endy?
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're reaching the tail end of this interview, and I'd like to do something a little special and a little different with these interviews. So, Endy, now you get to ask me questions. Can be as serious or as silly as you want. You can ask me anything. I'm an open book. Fire away.
What's the meaning behind your username?
Oh, okay. For the Gamertron show,
Since you asked me.
keep in mind, I made this when I was very young. I'm thinking...
Well,
So
okay,
I was
I'm
around
ready.
13, 14, and honestly, I just took my favorite Transformer, Megatron, and just replaced Mega with Gamer.
Dang. That's fine. Like, hey, we all do it somehow, and that's a valid way to make your name.
Tron just sounds so cool. It doesn't matter what it's at the end of. Megatron, the Tron movie. So I'm trying to think of other things that end with Tron. But yeah, Tron. It's a cool sounding word. Cool sounding name.
Tron is very, like, I definitely see the appeal. It sounds like very sci-fi, very techy.
Yeah, exactly.
So no shade on that. No shade on that.
I don't mind the shade. It's much deserved.
Then let's see. I'll give you one more, okay?
Okay.
Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. You're in a battle royale style tournament.
Oh god.
Okay?
Okay.
And you're allowed to choose 3 items you bring into this battle royale survival tournament. What 3 things are you bringing and why?
Okay. Hatchet for obviously protecting myself and just being able to cut wood. I guess those self-recharging lanterns. Yeah, you know, like you turn the handle and like it can generate power to like just so I always have a light source. And the last item. Ooh. Oh, a canteen so I can fill it with water if there's any bodies of water nearby.
Very nice choices.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I do a lot of camping. So I have some basic survival skills, I'd like to think.
Yeah. That's like, I feel like those are good picks.
Oh, well, great questions, Endy. Great questions. Thank you so much. So,
No problem.
I guess that's that then. This has been a splendid, splendid interview. You are so wholesome and sweet and awesome and hilarious. I thank you so much, Endy. Thank you so much for agreeing to this interview.
Oh, it was my pleasure. Thanks for having me. Like, I had a great time.
So, if the wonderful, lovely audience listening or watching or just consuming this interview in whatever way you are, would like to follow you and support you and check out all your stuff, where they go to do that?
So, I am at Endymion VA on Twitter, and that's basically how you can find a lot of my information, to be honest. I have a card website that has a whole bunch of fun links on it to my Ko-fi, to my Gumroad, to Twitter again, to my email, to my commission sheet, to my full audio list. So if you're interested in kind of like hearing what I do, possibly commissioning something, go check that out. But, you know, if not, and you just wanted to hear this interview and you're like, that sounds like a cool gal, follow me on Twitter. I'd love to have you be there.
Links to everything Endymion will be in the description and in the comments section of this video. Please follow and support her. And I guess to wrap this up, Endy, how should we threaten the audience to go follow and support you?
Come or I'll end your life.